This Social Style Connections video is presented by the Tracom Group, the original creator of social style. Some say that good leaders are made, not born. But we know that leadership skills can be learned and developed. So what really makes leadership effective, and how does social style enhance leadership? With a 50-plus year track record, situational leadership is a popular model for improving leadership effectiveness. And the social style model can enhance the effectiveness of the situational leadership model by following a framework for understanding the behavioral style and preferences not only of followers, but of leaders themselves. The situational leadership model was originally developed by Dr. Paul Hersey and Ken Blanchard. The model describes 4 unique leadership styles or strategies that can be used when interacting with followers. Awareness of social style is fundamental for utilizing the situational leadership model accurately and effectively. Style awareness and employing high versatility can help leaders during each step of the situational leadership process. The situational leadership model is based on the premise that followers require different types of leadership in different situations based on 2 factors. First, their commitment to the task, and second, their competence to perform the task. A person with high commitment but low competence requires a different type of leadership than a person with both high commitment and high competence. The table here shows each development level and associated leadership strategy. The model describes 4 development levels for followers, ranging from low, D1, to high, D4. Also, for each development level, an associated leadership strategy is suggested, S1 to S4. The 4 leadership strategies differ in terms of the amount of direction and support that are provided by the leader. In order to determine which strategy a leader should implement in any given situation, the model describes a 3-step process to be followed. Step 1. Set goals. Step 2. Diagnose development level. Step 3. Match the appropriate leadership strategy and deliver. These 3 steps should be taken for each follower and for each situation. The real value of situational leadership is that it recognizes the importance of the situation to leadership and provides a mechanism for leaders to adjust their behavior based on situational differences. However, just as different situations affect both leaders and followers, so do their unique social styles. It is easy to see how some leaders would prefer specific leadership strategies to others. For example, a driving style leader would be much more comfortable using the directing strategy than the supporting strategy, while an amiable leader would prefer to use the supporting strategy over the others. This is because these strategies naturally fit these leaders' social style preferences and habits. Likewise, followers will respond differently to leaders of different styles, even when they're using the same leadership strategy. An amiable style follower would respond very differently to the supporting leadership of a driving style leader than he would to the supporting leadership practiced by a fellow amiable. This is because these 2 leaders will display noticeable social style differences in how they interact with the follower, even though they are both practicing a supporting strategy. For example, a driving leader might quickly explain what needs to be done without providing any recommendations, and then hastily ask the follower if he needs anything to get started. He would then leave the person alone, expecting him to deliver results without further interaction. The amiable follower might respond to this form of supporting strategy by indicating that he is okay to move forward. However, in fact, he may be confused about what is required of him, but is too intimidated to follow up with this leader. The bias towards one's own social style can be problematic when leaders evaluate their followers. Leaders are likely to view followers with the same style as more capable, and therefore at a higher development level than followers with different styles. For example, an analytical style leader might judge an analytical style follower as more capable due to similarities in the ways they work and accomplish objectives. Unless the leader is aware of this bias, he may inadvertently make unwarranted and inaccurate judgments about followers' development levels. Social style plays significant roles for both the leader and the follower. First, the leader's own style will affect how he employs the leadership strategy. Continuing with the earlier example, the analytical leader decides that a coaching strategy is most appropriate for the expressive follower with this task. The coaching strategy requires a high amount of direction and support from the leader. This strategy may be challenging for the analytical leader because these individuals usually prefer a more hands-off approach. Second, the expressive follower is going to be influenced by his own style in the ways he responds to the coaching strategy. He will appreciate the encouragement for his efforts, and in particular, any personal rewards for making progress on the goal. However, he may react unfavorably to receiving too much direction since he is naturally inclined to follow his own ideas and instincts without checking with his leader about the appropriateness of these plans. Without an awareness of style, leaders run a risk of using situational leadership in ways that can lead to frustration and failure. Unfortunately, a leader would not necessarily understand why the strategy is failing and may abandon the approach altogether and revert to his typical style of leadership without considering the situation or his followers' development needs. With style awareness, leaders are more likely to be successful implementing the situational leadership approach. So that's social style and situational leadership. To learn more about how social style helps to improve individual and organizational performance, be sure to explore the website socialstyle.com.